Hi, I'm Thembi.
And I'm Jonathan.
And today on How to Learn, we're going to be discussing learning buddies.
Which doesn't have to be this really big elaborate thing. So we've got this example. We read a book together.
Yeah.
Except we only got halfway through it, I think. Like one chapter at a time over a few months, and occasionally meeting up and saying, right, we're going to have read chapter 3 and we're going to talk about chapter 3. So it's like a sort of mini book club. I think it actually worked.
I think so as well. And it wasn't like a case of sitting down in a meeting room, having our notes out. It might even be just WhatsApp messages. Oh my gosh, have you read this paragraph? What do you think about that?
We may have talked about it in the pub.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
The book was Julie Dirksen's How People Learn. No, Designed for How People Learn, which was relevant to what we were both doing at the time, professionally. There still is. It's a really good book.
It's really good.
It's accessible, and I think you can do it in sort of chapter format. You know, it breaks it down, doesn't it? And I just found that I just thought I've always wanted to read it. It'd probably been sat on my shelf for a while, and without that slight pressure of knowing that somebody else was kind of expecting me to have read a chapter, I wouldn't have read that chapter.
Okay. Well, I see it as a manual anyway. Even though we've only just read half of it, I do still think we need to read the full book.
Yeah. I could pretend I've gone on to read the rest of it.
That's a challenge for you then.
Yeah. But I think this points to something quite fundamental about, we like to think that we have our great sort of our development plans, personal development plans, what we're going to learn. We sort of make grand plans about it. Really what it comes down to is, are you motivated by somebody else? Is that a little bit of accountability and responsibility? And one example that, again, separately at work, we run an induction program, and at the beginning of that, in the past, it's a sort of online thing, and we've said, okay, right at the beginning, put some time in your diary, mark out some regular time in your diary every week to work through this online course. I wonder if people do, and what I've actually thought is, you know what, it might just be better to say, never mind your diary, grab a person, find a colleague who's also going through the induction program, or for whatever reason, and agree with them that you're going to go through it together.
So it's like a study buddy.
Yeah,
like, you're revising for exams and you'd have someone to study with and go through each of the chapters. Yeah. So why do we stop doing that? We should continuously do that.
My daughter used to open, whatever social media app and just have a sort of live video link to her friend who was revising. They wouldn't talk much. I mean, they would just revise together. But just the fact that there was a live video link there,
It makes you accountable, and it just makes you a bit more structured and focused.
So there we are, learning buddy, book buddy, study buddy. But I think it's widely applicable. And so if you're stuck, just find somebody else and just do a little bit. It doesn't have to be a massive thing, is it? You don't have to commit to doing something hugely time consuming.
No, not at all. Just agree it and just take it from there.
Fascinated to hear examples of where people have used techniques like this. Outside of going to the gym, obviously, in a learning context, because we could compile them and share them, because I think there's probably going to be quite a lot.
Exactly, and you've heard it from us. We are going to finish that book.
Oh, ready?
Yes, we are.
All right, there's a commitment. Brilliant. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.